Well, hello again, my friends. It is now time for the 30-minute ghost-themed workout. Woohoo! I hope you're as excited as I was to do it. So, for this one, we will be dividing it into 3 clear sections. The first one will be Circuit 1, Famous Ghosts, both fictional and non-fictional. I mean, if they're real, they would be non-fictional. And then a water break. Circuit 2 will be house hauntings, especially of the poltergeist kind. And Circuit 3 will be jump scares. So, you will definitely be working up a sweat this time around. We will be starting with a warm-up. The first one, you'll have a wide stance and you'll sort of in a lunge, going back and forth and holding a ball of light in your hands. Basically just swaying gracefully back and forth. It warms up the legs and the arms a little bit. You may have heard or seen or read that sometimes ghosts are perceived as balls of light, especially ones that mysteriously appear in photographs after you've taken them. And now we will be switching to triangle stretches. I always feel like I don't look graceful when I do these, but they really do stretch, like the obliques and the hamstrings. Halfway through, we switch to the other side. And I thought about them because of the planchette, which is the little triangular or heart-shaped pointer on Ouija boards. Next is a tiptoe walk. Some ghosts, poltergeists are known for being pretty loud and obnoxious, but other ghosts are quiet and sneaky, so we are tiptoeing to warm up the legs a little bit more. I think this move is fun. I enjoy it. I think it's fun to be sneaky. And next up, 3 seconds, we'll be going back to that ball of light. You are as mysterious and graceful and lovely as a swaying ball of light that appears in a photograph. Or at the very least, you can imagine that you are. Some of you might actually be more graceful than I am. Strength and endurance I have, grace not so much. Next we are going back to those triangle stretches. I'm curious how many of you have actually tried a Ouija board. To my memory, I don't think that I ever have. It's possible that I did and I blocked it out of my memory. Because I am kind of easily freaked out. But I think it's fascinating, the idea that perhaps we can communicate with the dead that way. I feel like there's a lot to be learned. Next up, the tiptoes again. So you just go back and forth with the tiptoe walk. You don't have to swing your arms like I am. You can clasp your hands together or just keep them at your side, flap them, whatever you like to do. The main focus for this warm-up is the legs. Because you especially got to be ready for the jump scare circuit. All right, in 20 seconds, the workout really starts. So first will be military marches for King Hamlet. And we do the military marches because he died in his armor, and in fact, some productions have him with a sword as well. So you're kicking your legs straight up, arms out. It's okay if your leg is not totally straight. I am not a dancer or gymnast in any way, shape, or form, so my legs are definitely not totally straight. But just get as high as you can, and you can even just lift up your knee if that's more comfortable for you. But in whatever ways you can, try to stretch your limits. Now, Hamlet is one of the most popular Shakespeare plays. I think it's very sad. Well, of course, it's meant to be sad. It's a tragedy. But but it's also very brilliant. I'm curious how many of you would say it's your favorite or one of your favorites. All right, next up will be side-to-side horse gallops with sword slashes in honor of the Headless Horseman from the Legend of Sleepy Hollow. The gallops are really kind of more like shuffles, so that's fine if you just want to do that. Go side to side and then horizontal slash. I was trying to do a good gallop. So the horizontal slashes, as if you know anything, I think most people probably know about the Headless Horseman. He was famous for cutting off people's heads to try to replace his own, which was just a pumpkin. Kind of a fruitless effort if you ask me. I don't understand how he thought that was going to help anything. At least that's my understanding of the legend. It has been a long time since I read anything about it. Okay. Alright, next up will be the sailor/pirate jig in honor of the Flying Dutchman, which is a ghost ship. So it's like a whole bunch of ghosts for the price of one. That's a BOGO deal if I ever heard of one. So it's just squatting, and then as you come up, you hop and kick your heel out while bringing your arms up in sort of a row. This is just a standard sailor or pirate jig. So you can feel like you are dancing on a boat with your crew members. Very happy ghosts to be sailing the seas for eternity, I guess. Now, if you have seen the Pirates of the Caribbean film, tell me, or the films, tell me if you prefer the Flying Dutchman pirate story, or if you like the more, the actual story, that it was a real merchant ship that sunk in the storm. Alright, next up we have the thrust and parry for the man in gray, one of the most famous ghosts, if not the most famous ghost, haunting the World Theatre, the Theatre Royal at Drury Lane. So it's a lunge forward while thrusting your arm out, and then a parry, an overhead parry, like that. Now, this might not look like proper fencing technique. Interestingly enough, they did offer fencing classes at my high school, but I did not take them. I watched YouTube videos to just get a feel for these two moves, and it's just sort of adapted for HIIT cardio. So the man in gray is believed to be a gentleman. He wears a gray cloak and carries a sword, and so that is why we are doing thrust and parry for him. Next up, throws. So that's basically just you'll be standing with one side facing the screen, and you'll hop, or if you don't want to hop, just lift up your leg and then throw, like you're throwing a baseball. This is for the Enfield poltergeist. Oh yes, and don't forget to lunge forward, and you are twisting as well. So you're getting a little bit of leg and oblique work in addition to swinging your arm. The Enfield poltergeist was a ghost that haunted a family in an area called Enfield, of course. And one of the things that this poltergeist did was it would throw things. So that is why we are throwing things now. And done. Okay. Next up is the down dog with a toe touch, in honor of the Bell Witch. The Bell Witch haunted the Bell family in Tennessee starting around 1817. And one of the forms, I believe the first form that she is believed to have taken, was of a dog, a very strange looking dog that John Bell tried to shoot, and it didn't work. So that's why we are doing the down dog here. Most anyone who has done a home workout, and maybe even workouts in a gym, are probably fairly familiar with the down dog. I haven't taken a yoga class myself, but I've done a lot of workouts that had the down dog. And it's a great way to, it's sort of like doing a crunch upside down. And it's also a good strength exercise for the arms, but not like a really strenuous one. So, plus I kind of like the stretch in the legs. Now we are going to the military. Back to King Hamlet. Encore, encore, King Hamlet, perform for us again. Getting ready. 3, 2, 1. Legs up. By the way, I think I forgot to say this the first time that we went through the military march, but you don't have to hop like I am. It's a nice way to add a little bit of challenge for yourself if you're up to it, and it also is great for just burning a few extra calories, and pretty much any hopping that you can work into your workout is good for your metabolism. And I just think it's fun. I like hopping. I have been told before that I have too much energy. And yet I do feel the tiredness of most adults. I don't know. I'm a walking juxtaposition. What can I say? In 10 seconds, we are going back to the side-to-side horse gallops with the sword slashes. Horizontal sword slashes. Now, unlike the Headless Horseman, I hope that you are just lobbing off pumpkin heads rather than actual heads in your imagination. That's what I was thinking about. I'd rather think about that. I'll take the innards of a pumpkin over blood and brains. So a bit of trivia about the Headless Horseman. He's believed to have been a soldier that was beheaded during the Battle of White Plains in the Revolutionary War. And the legend was written by Washington Irving, who actually who learned about it and thought it was inspiring. Now we're going back to the sailor/pirate jig. A bit of trivia about that. I try to give a little bit of trivia, hopefully a little bit different at least in every workout, by the way. So, let's see, one of the sightings of the, I just had it pulled up. One of the sightings of the Flying Dutchman reportedly took place on a beach, so a whole bunch of beachgoers said that they saw it. I feel like that's a pretty hard thing to deny. If multiple people see it all at once, and they're not under distress, they're relaxing on a beach. All right, next we are doing the thrust and parry again, this time on the other side. All right. Thrust, parry. Bit of trivia about the man in gray. As far as I have read, no one knows for sure what the identity of the man in gray would have been. But despite that, he has been seen walking around the theater in the daylight, and he's a harmless ghost as well. So between those two things, that's probably why he's one of the most famous ghosts of the theater. Mystery and friendliness all in one. Who doesn't like that? Next up, we are doing throws again from the other side in honor of the Enfield poltergeist. All right. So, again, as you are lunging forward, be careful to try and keep your knee at a perpendicular angle to the floor. I try to always be very conscious about that myself. Bit of trivia about the Enfield poltergeist. The house where the hauntings apparently took place is actually still standing, which is a little surprising to me, seeing as how the hauntings took place back in the late 70s. A lot of times when supernatural or murderous things happen at a house, nobody wants it anymore, and so it just gets taken down. Who knows? Maybe I'll go visit it, because I'm a glutton for punishment, I guess. Next, we are back to the down dog with toe touches for the Bell Witch. The Bell Witch is one of the most famous hauntings in the United States. In fact, Andrew Jackson went to the area to try to find the witch himself. But as for other trivia, the Blair Witch Project, which was a very famous indie horror film, was actually partially based on the story of the Bell Witch. And in fact, one of the main characters was named John Bell after the father of the family that the Bell Witch supposedly haunted. Okay. Also, some people think she was an entity, not a person. At least that's one researcher. What one researcher said. All right. So as you can see, we are 20 seconds into our water break. I like to dance around during water breaks. Again, not graceful, but that's okay. I don't dance to be pretty. I dance because it's fun. Help me! I am a helpless villager being haunted by the Bell Witch. Okay, in about 10 seconds, we will be starting with Fast Feet. It is the first move of the house hauntings circuit. The word poltergeist actually means like noisy or rowdy or something that makes a racket. So that is the reason why we are starting the circuit with Fast Feet. We are causing a racket as part of our haunting as poltergeists. If you have ever been in a house where you heard weird noises, especially like something resembling fast footsteps, and you don't know what caused them, it could be a poltergeist. It could be a poltergeist working out, or it could be a poltergeist trying to scare you away. And if you're a poltergeist, maybe try this to scare people away out of your house. All right, next we are opening upper and lower cupboards. Another, let me explain the move first. You squat and twist outward with the side of your body facing the screen, and then as you come up, you twist again, and then hop to the other side and do it again. That's opening upper and lower cupboards. So another common occurrence for hauntings is that ghosts will open cupboards and just leave them open. They'll also open drawers, which possibly means that lots of people with ADHD are secretly ghosts. That's okay. So that is the move that we are copying. See how much work it takes to haunt. You have to be really fast, and you have to have strong legs to open all those cupboards in the short amount of time that you have. Man, we have not appreciated ghosts enough. Now we are doing lunges with pushes, forward lunges, while pushing your arms out. Other people who said that they have been haunted by ghosts report being pushed, maybe especially downstairs. So that's a ghost or a poltergeist trying really hard to kick somebody out of their space. Like, okay, I tried being nice with the fast feet, but you're still gone. So, or you're still there. So, get gone is what I meant to say. Push them. Push harder. Get out of my house. This is my eternal resting place. Go get your own. All done. Okay, and another popular one that I have seen in some of the YouTube channels that my husband likes to watch. because, I don't know, he thinks it's amusing to try and get scared, is moving chairs. So we're going to jump forward and shuffle back in the chair position. Okay, first I'll show it to you from the front and then switch to that angle so you can see that I'm trying to stay low. I'm trying so hard. It's hard though. I mean, chair position is hard enough even when it's static. But yes, so sorry, thinking again about those videos, I've seen chairs get overturned or moved around for seemingly no reason. Those are definitely scary, and that would certainly make me leave a house. Okay, we are starting back at the top of that circuit with the fast feet. Okay, and 5 seconds. There you go. I like to swing my arms back and forth a little bit to keep things interesting and to keep me going. I don't know, there's just something about moving the parts of your body that are not being stressed that seems to help for some reason. So, obviously, the Poltergeist movie series is one of the most popular horror series in the world. I'm wondering how many of you are fans and which of the films or parts of the films you like most. Let me know. Okay, we are going back to opening the upper and lower cupboards. In about 5 more seconds. Interesting to me, I guess, I've wondered before why ghosts apparently like to open cupboards and drawers. Maybe it's just a really obvious way of making their presence known without actually causing any harm. Other things have included like throwing papers around, or also leaving doors open, or dropping things. I don't know which one would scare me the most. I feel like opening the upper and lower cupboards would probably be more of a nuisance than anything else, but also pretty freaky. Alright, now we are going back to lunges with pushes. Because you are done being nice. It is time to scare the fleshies out of your house. Or like force them out. Or like open the door, push them out. Push. So some people also believe that ghosts have have special powers like telekinesis or telepathic, like being able to communicate telepathically, or that they can cause premonitions or predict the future, or drag people into the past. Wonder, tell me, if you do think that ghosts are real, do you think that they have any of those special abilities? Or if you were a ghost, which of those special abilities would you want the most? It's almost like the question about what superpower you would want, but different. Back to the shuffling and jumping chair. I feel like this would be another good one for a poltergeist that wants to motivate people to get out of their house without hurting them. Because it might hurt a little bit. You move a chair out of the way just as they're about to sit down, but at least it's probably not as bad as pushing. All right. Next we are starting the jump scare circuit with squat jumps. So you're going to be hiding behind a bed or a couch, maybe even squishing yourself behind a wardrobe or dresser or entertainment center, something of that ilk. And then you jump up, boo, and boo, and boo. I want to hear you cackling at home. Cackle. Scare everybody who might be in your house, including your pets. Make them wonder what the heck is wrong with you. It's good practice for when you become a ghost someday, right? And you can actually scare people. When it's your turn to be the scary ghost, you can say, I got this because I did the ghost workouts with Ariella Black. You're welcome! Next, we're doing shuffle jumps, so this time you are sneaking around before you jump and scare. Okay, how many of you actually like jump scares in horror movies? I don't watch many horror movies myself, but when I do, it's usually a psychological thriller. And boo! Shuffle, shuffle, boo! Sneak, sneak, boo! Sneak, sneak, boo! Also, if you were a ghost, tell me who you would want to haunt. Who do you want to scare? Like, is there anybody in specific that you would be following around and scaring like this? Or would it just be whoever dared to invade your space, regardless of who they were, and other than that, you would just do your own thing? Live your afterlife peacefully. Alright, 20 seconds, well less than that now. We're going into burpees. So now you are the ghost that hides underneath the couch or the bed. You know the ones. Alright, it's a stiff arm burpee. I don't like to go all the way down when I'm focused on cardio, just because I just want to be fast. I want to keep my heart rate up. But you can go down into a push-up if you want to. And boom! And boom! This is also good practice for, if you hear a mortal coming into your vicinity, and they're close, and you're surprised. This is good practice for quickly getting down so that you can jump up and scare them. Because, scares are most effective when they're, when they're sudden and surprising, right? You gotta set it up right. Alright, back to the squat jumps, and go! Boo! And boo! If you're not cackling, at the very least, shout boo every time you come up. It's like taking a martial arts or boxing class, and you shout whenever you kick or punch. They say that it actually kind of helps with pushing that energy out of your system and really giving each move your all. This is the ghost version of that. In fact, that's probably the reason they say boo, right? Actually, I think it's like Latin for surprise or something like that, but for our purposes, we're going to say it's to get the most out of their scares and their workouts. Ghosts gotta stay in shape too. They gotta stay in practice. It's a long afterlife. And boo! Sneak, sneak, boo! Sneak, sneak, boo! Here's another question for you. If you become a ghost, is there a particular place where you would want to spend all or at least most of your afterlife? A place on Earth, of course. Is it would it be your home? Would it be someone else's home so that you could torment them? Would it be a particular place in nature, a favorite vacation spot? Or let me know. Where would you want to haunt? Alright, and we are ending this workout with a bang with the burpees. Stiff arm burpees, get ready. Okay, now, you might be saying to me, Ariella, I think I am just gonna have to be the kind of ghost that stays under the couch or the bed and grabs people's ankles as they walk by because I'm tired. But I say no. No, you can be the scary ghost that pops up out of nowhere and scares the bejesus out of somebody. I believe in you. You are scary. You can do this. There's plenty of time for resting underneath the couch or the bed once you're done. 3 more seconds. You can do it. And you got it. Yay! Congratulations. You are as scary as you thought you were. All right, we'll be getting into the cool down. You can stretch however you would prefer, but I usually keep my stretches as in line as I can with the theme as well. So we'll be starting with triangle stretches. Off to one side. Oh, I love those stretches. Just watching myself do that makes me want to stretch again. I'll get up and stretch as soon as I'm done here. And other side. Whew. Also, it's okay if you can't reach all the way down to your toe. Again, just get down as far as you can. It should feel, you should feel a stretch in your obliques, your hamstrings, and your arms, but it shouldn't be painful. Now we are sneaking. This was a great warm-up, but I think it's also a good little stretch, especially when you do it slowly and you go into hamstring or quad stretches. And with that, all done! Good job! Please like, subscribe, and keep watching for more.